There was once a young monk living in a quiet monastery hidden between the mountains. He owned nothing except his robe, his bowl, and a heart full of hope. Every morning before sunrise, he trained, cleaned the courtyard, and carried water from the stream. But inside him lived a quiet desire, the desire to prove his worth, not to the world, but to himself. One scorching afternoon, as the young monk walked down a narrow path behind the monastery, he stopped suddenly. From a distance, he saw the master standing beside a small bamboo pen. Inside the pen was a wounded, half-starved goat, trembling, weak, and barely able to stand. The master struck the ground with his staff and said with frustration, "This creature is useless. It eats, but it does not grow. It walks, but it does not work. We cannot keep it." The goat shook violently, as if saying goodbye to the world. The young monk felt a tight knot in his chest. He stepped forward. "Master, why treat it so harshly? Does it not deserve compassion?" The master turned slowly, his eyes sharp. "Compassion?" he scoffed. "Why waste energy on what brings no value?" But the monk refused to look away. "Master, if you no longer want it, please let me care for it." The master raised an eyebrow. "You? With what resources? With what experience? This goat is almost dead." The monk hesitated, for he had nothing of his own. Only a small bundle of rice he saved for the evening meal. But courage pushed him forward. "Master, I will give everything I have. Let me try." The master stared at him, studying the fire in his young student's eyes. Then finally he sighed. "Very well, take it. But remember, faith alone does not feed a dying animal." The young monk bowed deeply and gently lifted the goat. Its body was so thin he feared it might break beneath his hands. As he walked back under the brutal sun, he whispered softly to the creature, "You are not useless. You are just unseen. I will not let you die." But as he approached the monastery gate, worry filled him. What will the other monks say? What will the master think if I fail? When he entered the courtyard, the older monks looked at him with confusion. "Where did you get that?" one of them asked. The young monk lowered his eyes. "I gave my rice to save it." They shook their heads. "You are foolish," they murmured. "You can barely feed yourself." But before he could respond, the master approached. "Tell me, young monk, why risk so much for something so weak?" The monk looked straight into the master's eyes. "Because, master, the weak do not need strength. They need someone who refuses to give up on them." Silence filled the courtyard. Then, for the first time in a long while, the master smiled, faintly. "Very well. Prove to us all that compassion is not weakness." Day after day, the young monk watched over the goat. He fed it leaves from the mountain trail. He carried water from distant streams. He shielded it during cold nights. Weeks passed, and slowly the goat stood straighter. Its eyes brightened. Its weakness faded like mist in the morning sun. One morning, the master approached and folded his arms. "Young monk, this goat is stronger than before. How did you do it?" The monk bowed. "Master, everything grows when it is treated with kindness, patience, and belief. Even a dying creature can rise again if someone refuses to abandon it." The master rested his hand on the monk's shoulder. "Remember this lesson. In life, the world throws away what it does not understand. But the person who sees value in the forgotten, that person is destined for greatness." If this story touched your heart, like, share, and subscribe to Zen Tales for more stories that awaken wisdom, courage, and inner peace.